I've spent the last 5 years on YouTube reviewing and owning rifles and 22s of all kind. We're talking from the extreme budget end of things to some of the most expensive and most custom rifles available on the market. And today we're here to talk about the GOAT. Love it, hate it, let's get to shooting it. Let's talk about why it's the GOAT and why it is probably the most controversial 22 long rifle on the market today. Being a YouTuber in the 22 long rifle world, being in close proximity to one of the best rimfire gunsmiths in the world, and a distinct lack of financial responsibility has put me in a unique position to have been able to test, review, shoot, and own some of, like I said, the most expensive custom builds that a person can have. Some of these upwards of $5,000. A lot of them still hanging on that shelf in there or on that gun wall. And I'm super proud of those rifles. I love those rifles. But if I had to have one, if I had to shoot one for the rest of my shooting career, it's sitting behind me there. And it's the GOAT. It's super controversial right now. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I got a new scope to show you. I got some accessories for this thing to show you. I got some more stuff coming. The fact that I think this rifle's been in production for a few years, there's still new stuff coming out for it. It's still widely available to most consumers and probably the first rifle that most people this day and age are going to get into when they get into precision rimfire. And of course, that rifle is a CZ457. Now we're gonna get into the controversial bits later. We're gonna shoot this. I have the Zerotech Trace Advance on here with our new reticle. I told you guys I was gonna show you this. So we're gonna take a little bit closer look at this today. No, this is not a full-blown review on this. We also have the Position 7 magwell. I've had this for quite a while. Been testing it. I also did get their case there. So we're going to talk about some of the stuff they have to offer. We're shooting some ammo that I don't normally shoot out of this rifle, to be honest with you. I think I have maybe half a brick left of the ammo this rifle really likes, and I got a match coming up that I'm probably going to shoot this rifle in. But I just want to talk about the experience of, I own the Voodoo, the Rim-X, the Bergaras, the custom guns, the new, reviewed the new Snapdragon. I've reviewed, a lot of the actions that have come out, that are coming out. I own those guns. They are really great. 700 base guns are hard to beat. But recently I came back to the CZ and I started shooting it again because I was retesting this Position 7 magwell on some parts. This is in the Gen 2 Vision 457 chassis, so that gives you the nice opening on the magwell. The fit and finish on these Vision chassis, guys, are stupid good. I mean, they're just ridiculously good. I have the Timney 457 trigger in here, and when I brought this back out and shot it, I forgot how good this trigger was. This trigger, and Timney doesn't advertise this, like they're not going to say like it shoots this good or this light. This trigger breaks at like 3 ounces and it has like basically zero creep. It's just a wildly good combo. But the single best part about this rifle is how versatile it is. You can literally go to the store and buy one of these, $500-600, shoot it at home and let the rifle grow with you. And this, to me, is the one rifle that I think you can go to a local store and buy one, upgrade it yourself, and compete at a national level. Like, this rifle is that good. So let me fire up the scope cam. And this isn't zero. This is kind of a new setup, so hopefully zero stop's not gonna stop us. But we're gonna shoot here. This is a safe direction. We're gonna peel down on magnification. And we're just gonna send one here at this KWOW and see where we land. Okay, so we hit the KWOW. I just don't know where. All right, so we're somewhere on there. We're gonna peel in a little bit. All right, aim here, aim high. Okay, I see it. We're only a hair left and we're a little low. So this reticle, what you're looking at right now, is the RMG3. I think we're aiming somewhere around here. And see if that gets us any closer. Let's aim at our impact. Okay, we're still a little bit right. All right, let's go here to this guy. Okay, that's pretty good. Like I said, this is not the ammo we would normally shoot, but since we're sitting here, let's go ahead and blast on this KWOW. Hopefully You know, let's turn on some illumination for you guys. We won't turn it on real bright. I think I have it really low right now. Let's turn it up. It says a push button illumination on this. That might be too bright for you guys. Hopefully not. This way you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's see, we're using a lighter fill bag out here today, but let's go ahead and skip the first view because I kind of know how that's going to go. Let me come in a little bit on magnification so I can see. And of course the CZ is going to do what the CZ does. And it's just going to tear up that target. Let's see, I think we're out, yep. All right, so that's pretty easy and a little windy for groups, so let's just go ahead and go right out to 100 yards with this thing. We're gonna try a little bit of hold over here because this isn't zeroed. I literally just kind of set this to 0, but I haven't re-slipped the turret, so I'm guessing we're gonna be at about 1.6. And we have what we need to hold over. Let's go ahead and send one at this target here, 1516. Let's hold 1.6 to the kind of bottom, right over top of this guy. Okay, so we're a little right. Should work. Wind is gusting. I think we're a little low there. Yeah, we were because I wasn't holding right. Helps if you hold the right hold. Off left there. And this is a little spicy out of this, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's go ahead and come up. We're at 0.9, so we're gonna come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 1.7 mils. Again, trigger cam here, so what you guys are seeing is not nearly as good as what I'm seeing. The image quality in this thing is crazy good. Do we got one? Yep, we do. And this thing is loud. This ammo is super hot out of this. Let's go ahead and go. Let's see, we're at 0.9, so we're gonna go up 4 mils, so we're gonna go to 4.9. We're gonna go out there to 150 yards. Let's go and do this. And I know that image is kind of blown out for you guys. It's just how it is with this. I wish it wasn't. Let me see if I can actually peel in a little bit, make it a little bit better. Let's see what kind of group we can lay down. But again, guys, to me, this thing is just a go. And I know, like I said, you know, we'll get into it a little bit. There is some controversy surrounding this. Let's aim at that guy. Okay, just I think we're out. Okay. Little bit of controversy around this, you know, not really the rifle so much as the company. You know, you got the whole CZ Colt Canada thing. You know, what's happening in Canada is obviously terrible. Like that, you know, the Canadian government is taking guns away from Canadian citizens, and it's terrible to see. It's terrible to see that anywhere in the world. The same thing's happening in Australia. You know, and the rumor is, because I don't know that anybody's, you know, actually proven this. I'm sure CZ, you know, and Colt, you know, whatever that is, CZ Colt Canada, even if we're true, you know, they're denying it. And, you know, we may not ever know, you know, exactly what's going on there, but obviously they're going to be denying that. Let me clean this up for you guys. So, and what they're doing is, you know, they're helping destroy those guns. They're not taking people's guns away. That's an important distinction to make. You know, they're not out there taking people's guns, but they are supposedly destroying the guns that are being taken away by the government. Little drifter there. Back in the group. All right, so we're a couple tents left. See if we can stick one right in the middle here. Oh, just off. All right, so we are a little low. Okay, that was a little much. I overshot it there. We're gonna aim at that point of impact. So the whole controversy thing, you know, obviously just kind of a lose-lose. You know, I try and look at things from all perspectives, try not to get caught up, you know, in one point of view. And, you know, I see a lot of the guys on Facebook and stuff because I am in CZ457 kind of Facebook groups. You know, I do keep an eye on the forums, and, you know, a lot of guys are calling for, like, you know, the banning, you know, kind of boycotting CZ. And the unfortunate side effect of this whole thing is that if CZ Colt Canada did make that decision to destroy the guns, whether or not that's morally right, you know, that's up to you to decide that. The problem is that this is likely a very few select people very, very high on the chain who already have really padded pockets who are making this financial decision. The boycott, the ban, the things like that, if we were to successfully boycott, everybody stop buying CZ stuff, is that going to hurt those individuals? Yes. But how many people that rely on that job in CZ Kansas or abroad who are making rifles, how many of those people who have absolutely nothing to do with that decision, how many of those people who depend on that paycheck are we affecting? And that's an important thing to consider. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to think, you know, and I'm not even going to take a stance on it. I'm just going to say that that's an important consideration to make. All right, I don't think we've actually tried the NDR mag. We have shot the other ones. Everything fed fine. Everything's locking up fine in its position 7 magwell. Yeah, I'm changing subjects. Let's go ahead and shoot for a group down here at 150. Let's see what's a good spot to aim. And then we're going to go after that 1/4 inch. Yes, that's a 1/4 inch at 150 yards. The wind is blowing. I'm going to aim right at the corner of this guy. And see, yep, a bunch of wind drift there. A bunch of wind drift off left. But it is shooting pretty well. It's just a couple of tenths left. We're going to throw one more tenth right in it. So I'm going to hold a wind hold on that deal there where I think it's hitting. Okay. There we go. Let's see here. We are going to shoot at, let's go at the tip of that guy right there. 5 shots. Again, there's going to be some wind. Try and keep these in the wind. Pretty good, even though the ammo isn't the best for sure. All right, so it was brutally cold and windy out there, so we're finishing up inside, but I wanted to show you guys an up close and personal of this position 7 magwell. And just to go ahead and say it how it is, it's the best magwell that I've ever had on a CZ, and I think the parts and stuff that they make are really great. I'm hoping the magazine that they make is as good as the magwell. And again, we tested basically every kind of magazine I have today. I know they said that they had problems with the first run with some fitment, with some of like the L3i mags. This is the first run. Mine works on absolutely everything. And I talked a little bit about some of their accessories. This is their ammo case. Again, 3D printed, but a really cool little ammo case. And they make a ton of accessories. If you go to their website, you're going to see for CZ457s, if there's something that you want that can be made, pretty much they make it. They did send me a few of them, and we kind of had a laugh about it because I have red in my logo, so they sent me some red stuff. I hate red accessories, so it's kind of an ongoing joke between us at this point, but long overdue, this position 7 magwell, and it has been really good. Now, as far as the Zerotech Trace Advance goes, this doesn't do any scope justice. The trigger cam, what you guys see, it makes most scopes look terrible. Some scopes it does really well with. It's hard for me to dial in. So what you're seeing there is not that great. Important note about this, you know, ton of elevation. The turrets are really, really excellent. All the controls are super smooth. I mean, it's a very good Japanese scope. Comes with Tenebrex caps. Not a lot of scopes you're going to see sub $2,000. And if you go look around on the market, you can get this with this RMG3, which is our 210 subtension reticle. Japanese scope, a lot of cool features. You're getting the Tenebrex caps, and it's overall just a really great scope for the money. So if you've been looking at this and you weren't sure, give it another look, compare it specs-wise to other scopes and make sure it's going to work for you. But for the price, I see absolutely no issue if you're looking at that price point scope and going with something like this Zerotech. But as far as the 457 is concerned, to me, this is still the GOAT, man. Like I said, it's the one rifle you can go buy, build at home, and go compete at a national level. I really, really enjoy this. And when you get this thing in a good stock chassis, balanced properly, and with this Timney trigger, I don't think you're leaving anything on the table. And if I do shoot a bolt gun in this NRL 22X match that's coming up, which will have some of the best shooters in the nation, like the best shooters in the nation / world, Chris Simmons going to be there, world champions, you know, I would shoot this rifle. I can't beat those guys anyway, so it's not really hurting my chances regardless, but this is not going to hold me back. And because it's so accessible, because this is a rifle that you can modify to make it whatever you want to be, it has to be the GOAT. Even though I have Voodoos, Rimx's, Curtis's, you know, Snapdragons, I have all the custom stuff, you know, that have been smithed by Desert Precision Gunworks, by Modicam Custom Rifles. Some of the finest gunsmiths in the country working on the finest offerings in the world. And at the end of the day, if I had to pick one, it's still going to be the old 457. So I appreciate you guys watching this, and look forward. Hopefully we'll be getting a magazine from Position 7. They are a OCONUS company outside the continental U.S., so shipping and getting them can be a little bit tricky, but you know, based on my experience with the magwell, hopefully the mags will be the same way. And yeah, I think it'd be worth going through that just to get some of these parts. So I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you on the next one.